Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Stinger and we're going to be going through a day in the life of a humanities coach here at Vita. A humanities coach is responsible for not only being a teacher at the school and monitoring students just as a teacher would, but they're also responsible for coaching students one-on-one. And so I'm going to take you through a day in my life of what it would look like to be a coach at Vita. And we're going to start out here in the front office. Obviously you'd walk in the front door and you'd say hi to our front desk receptionist. I'm the first one here today, so I just went ahead and got the lights turned on for everybody walking down our hallway, and I start my gratitude just like students do. So I take a moment to do my gratitude. Usually I'll come into the office, get some nice vibes in the office, a great atmosphere to get my day started, and I don't look at my planner just yet. I usually grab my gratitude journal for me personally, but we encourage all of our staff and students to write their gratitude in WeQuill on our app. And so I encourage you right when you get here, write 10 things you're grateful for, and then the next thing you're doing is getting out your planner and planning your smart day just like you would for our students. We arrive around 7:30, so sometime between 7 and 7:30, so that gives you plenty of time to get gratitude done, check your own planner before the day starts, and then we'll see students starting to arrive around between 7:30 and 8. And during the morning, after I've done gratitude and after I've done my smart day planner, I take some time to walk around the school, turn on the lights, check to make sure all the Alexas are working, maybe get some breakfast in the kitchen if I am feeling hungry that day. And more importantly, we're just waiting for students and we're here to say hi to them as soon as they walk in. A big part about being a Vita coach is being compassionate. And so every single time you see a student, you want to make sure you're saying hello to them, make sure you're acknowledging them as a human being. Right now, again, I'm just walking around the school, checking everything out, making sure everything looks good for the day. As a reminder, we do share the space with a church. And so sometimes there might be a few things left over from the night before from the church's service, or there might be a few pieces of trash. I like to just try to clean it up and make sure the school looks nice before the students walk in. In the morning, you'll usually find teachers or coaches sitting here in the common area, getting ready, talking to students, just casually hanging out with the students, catching up on their day and their personal life. Down the hallway, you might even be hanging out front at the front office, watching students come in the building and saying hello, but definitely be in a visible area. You can have your laptop, you can be working on any sort of work you need to do in the morning or prepping for any teaching that you want to do that day, any coaching. But the biggest thing in the morning is being visible, saying hello, not hiding in the bathroom. Right now it is 8 o'clock, which means it's time for our first academic block. What you're going to see as a coach is students automatically working. They might be checking out their planners like Landon was doing today. He was looking at his planner and getting himself ready for the day. Other students might be starting immediately on their work, like Diego. He's got his slideshow going. He knows it's what he needs to do, so he's going to go ahead and get that started. And my job as a coach is to come around, make sure students are working, first and foremost, and number two, giving them the help and the support that they need, offering advice and lesson and teaching when I can see that they're struggling, and then more importantly, monitoring the area and making sure that everybody's quiet and being productive. You'll also see students working here in the conference room. Here we got a group of seniors here working in the conference room, trying to get their last few classes done. And I usually monitor the school by just wandering around for a few minutes and checking out how everybody's doing. We have our teachers in other classrooms who are also supporting our students. So again, we keep that 12-to-1 ratio. So you're going to see coaches hanging out with about 12 to 15 students. Let's go take a look at Ms. Z's block. So again, it's 8 a.m. You can see Ms. Z in her block. She is right now currently working on math and made it a very cozy feel for the students. You can see some students are working independently and other students are working one-on-one with Ms. Z. So the coaching environment for an academic block is very calm. Some students are getting taught one-on-one, some students are getting taught in a group, and some students are just working independently. And your job is to monitor, make sure students are safe, make sure they're working, being productive, and making sure they're having fun. All right, it is 10 o'clock. That means we are moving into our next academic block. It is 10 o'clock and we are moving into our next block. The block is coaching, and during this block you're going to be with your 12 to 16 coaching students, and essentially you're going to be supporting them on their dream goals. they're working towards the goals that they've set at the beginning of the quarter. These could be personal, these could be financial, these could be social, emotional, and sometimes they're academic as well. And so you're using this time wisely to monitor your 12 to 16 coaching students to help them make sure that they're achieving their goals and doing their action steps on their goals. So here's an example of my group. Everybody say hi.
Hello.
What's up?
I mean, I'm not part of his group, but you're combined.
Yeah, we are a combined group, sorry. But yeah, what we're about to be doing is everybody's getting their materials out, and I'm going to be coaching them and helping them with their dream goals. Some students already know what they're doing, and so they're going to be working on their own independently. Other students might need a little extra support in their dream goals, and so I'll be taking some time to sit with each of them, monitor their dream goals, and just make sure they're making progress. All right, it is 11 o'clock, and we are moving on into our X block. Now, this is a unique block we named X block because there are a lot of different things that could happen during this time. Most often what's going to happen is we're going to be doing a life skill. So everybody's here in the classroom ready to learn about a life skill. Today we're talking about meal prepping and planning. And that's what we're going to focus on this whole week. And so that's the theme of the X block this week. Those students who are done with that life skill or who have already completed it, they can work on other tasks like math or their dream goals or a different life skill if they'd like. But primarily from 11 until 12, that's what students are doing. They're working on life skills and working on getting those key skills that they'll need when they graduate. So right now I'm walking around, checking my students, making sure they have the assignment open that I'm going to be reviewing today. And they're showing me on their screens. Everybody's getting their assignments pulled up. As a teacher, I'm just walking around to verify that everybody's ready to go before I begin my lesson. This is really the only time when we do a large whole group lesson, and it's because we're trying to teach a life skill at Mass. So what will happen is we'll teach a life skill, a little bit about it, maybe show a video, maybe show some information about it. And then we'll give students independent time to work on this life skill and get that one-on-one coaching that we always talk about. So again, just walking around, I'm seeing all the students are getting logged into the right spots that they need to get into. They have all of their documents open, and I'm helping them if they don't. And then I ask them, are we all ready to go, guys? Yes. And they all say yes, and they're all excited too when they say yes, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks. It is 12 o'clock now. That means it's lunchtime. And what you'll see for the next hour is students around campus eating lunch. Your job is to make sure that they're engaged, that they're happy, make sure you take a break and get some food as well. And you can also host games at this time. You can host crafts, activities. And I usually start from the office, take a little moment to myself. Then I'll come around and check out all the students. What's up, guys? Everybody eat? Everybody eat? What was for lunch today?
Lunch today was bacon, sausage, and eggs.
Nice. Bacon, sausage, and eggs. We love breakfast for lunch. We always try to do some different things. So you'll see some students hanging out in the commons. You'll also see maybe some students relaxing, taking a nap like Lehigh. Hey. And a lot of students like to just come in here and do a little extra studying while they're working. So you'll see Gio, you'll see Landon, and we usually try to just spread out our teaching staff so we can just spend time with our students during lunch. Usually during this time, we're not doing a lot of work. We're really just hanging out. Obviously, take a few private moments to yourself and let the staff know where you are and what you're doing. But generally, we like to keep staff engaged with students during this time. So find a group of students, hang out with them, have lunch, get to know them, and of course, take your break. We have made it to block 2. It is currently 1 o'clock, and at 1 o'clock we switch over to our second academic block. Students who are working in with Ms. Z in STEM in the morning are switching over to humanities now, and students who are working in humanities with me in the morning are now switching over to STEM in the afternoon. So here at Vita, our afternoon has our 11th and 12th graders learning math. They say hi. Micah is actually a 9th grader, but we have this flexible schedule that's allowed for him to switch his academic blocks. So he needed a little extra help from Ms. Z today in math, and he's working on a midterm, and so he took some time today to get some extra math help. So we do have that academic flexibility here, but really we're just getting into our second academic block. Again, it's the same as the first. Teachers are hosting projects. They are hosting Socratic discussions. They are helping students get to where they need to be. They are making sure they stay on task. They are coaching and doing one-on-one learning with them. They might even be teaching whole group. Today, for me, I have a Socratic discussion right here. I got my group of students right here. Everybody say hi. What's up? They're so enthusiastic. I love how much energy and positivity they bring for me every single day. But we're going to be doing a Socratic discussion. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later. We are in the middle of an academic block, and I just wanted to give you a insight into what the middle of an academic block would look like. I've already done my lesson today. I've already taught. We've already had a Socratic discussion, so we still have about 45 minutes to an hour left, and that's the great part about an hour and a half academic block is that it gives students times to not only learn from me, but also work on work independently. So out here you can see that Victor and Manuel are working really hard independently out here. They even have some otter pops to help them along the way. And then we got another group of students in here who's working on some other activities. There's no rhyme or reason to where they're sitting. I'm letting them sit in a comfortable spot so that they can get their work done. And as long as each group is visible to me, we're all set. So right now, again, they're just working independently. This is self-directed learning time. Students are working on their own, raising their hand and asking questions if they need help. And my job is to come around and make sure that they're making the progress that we're expecting of them. And we've made it to our last part of the day. It is 2:45, the Alexa has rung, and now teachers are heading to their stations within the school. Nigel's saying hi. And in these stations, students are actually going to be cleaning. So we have all these different cleaning areas as evidenced by our community job board right here. It fell, so we need to rehang it. But our community jobs show where students go, which staff member's in charge of that room as we clean at the end of the day, and also everything that they need to do. So right now, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing students cleaning the school. Our common area just got cleaned, so that's why it looks really nice. You can see in there, students are vacuuming. You can see down the hallway, students are cleaning dishes in the sink. And our staff members are monitoring and making sure that we are getting everything done. Once we're all finished, and once your whole cleaning team has finished their area, then you can dismiss those students to head over to the multipurpose room. And in the multipurpose room, this is where we'll do shout-outs. And it's the final part of our day. As you can see, some of our students are already in here waiting. They've already done their cleaning jobs. And so right now, they're getting circled up, getting ready for shout-outs. We are just about ready. Okay, it is 3 o'clock. Students are getting ready to leave the building, but before we leave, we always do shout-outs. And during shout-outs, every single student and every single staff member gets in a circle, and they basically share something that they're proud of themselves for that day or something they're proud of somebody else for. So let's take a look. Let's see what shout-outs are like.
All right, cool. 3, 2, 1.
Shout out to John, Nigel, and Micah for working through a midterm practice with me.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to Mr. Stinger for doing a nice coaching session.
Nice. 3, 2, 1.
Shout out to Missy for running a good midterm review.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to everyone for working hard.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to myself for running.
Nice. 3, 2, 1. Stinger. Okay. Yeah.
Shout out to Chris and John for coming to school today.
Nice. 3, 2, 1.
Shout out to the cooking crew for being good people.
Nice. 3, 2, 1. Shout out to all the people who worked hard today. You know, I saw a lot of people try their best, and honestly, it inspires me to do the same. 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Shout out to everyone for working hard today, even though some of them were tired.
Even though we're tired. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to Mizzy for helping me today.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to everyone that came.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to myself for working hard.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to Daniel for helping me on ELV.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Shout out to everybody that came and tried their hardest, even ways that some were tired.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Shout out to me for having some really productive coaching sessions with some awesome students like John and Landon and Diego. Like, I love working with you three so much, and thank you for giving me that opportunity. It's so fun, and I love that we have tough conversations to get to higher levels of amazingness. You guys are all incredible, and I love working with you.